Hello, in this video I'm going to show you how to transform your images into old-fashioned chemical prints by shifting tones and painting a rough border. We've gone for this gorgeous deep blue, which is characteristic of cyanotype printing. So I'm going to start by going to my image here, cyanotype_before.jpg, and I'm just going to bring up my layers panel by going to Window, Layers. Then I'm going to click the Create Adjustment Layer icon here in the panel and go for Gradient Map. And then I can click the drop down here in the gradient map settings, and I'm going to go for black white, and you'll see how that maps these blend of tones here onto my original image. So the darkest tones in the image are going to go to black and the lightest tones are going to go to white, which gives me a quick simple black and white conversion. But I can also click within this preview area here to enter the gradient editor and fine-tune the colors that make up my gradient, so I can map different colors onto different parts of the tonal range from black to white. So for example, instead of having black tones at one end of the tonal range, I can double click the color stop there and choose a different color. So I could go for a light blue if I wanted to, or any color I like. I've got a color that I've already worked out for this, so I'm going to set R to 7, I'm going to set G to 30, and I'm going to set B to 76 to give me this deep blue. And I want the right hand side of the blend here to go to pure white, which I think it is at the moment. Yes, it's set to 255, 255, 255, which is pure white, so I'm happy with that. So I'm going from blue to white on my tonal range now, and I can also click to add further colors along the line here. So I'm going to click to add another point, and in the location box here I can drag it and you'll see how it changes to the location. I'm going to set the location to 70%. Then I'm going to double click that box and set a new color at this point. So this time I'm going to go for R220, we'll go for G204, and we'll go for B201. So you can see that gives me a slight pinkish cast. So that's introduced that colour into that part of the tonal range. So now we're going from deep blue into that slightly pinky tone and then into white. So now I'm happy with my gradient. I can click OK and then just turn off my panel there. And now I'm ready to start making my brushed border effect. And to do this, I'm going to create a new document and make my border in this new document. So I'm going to go to File, New, Blank File. And in the preset box here, I can choose from different presets. You'll see how the open images will pop up in this list. So I can select the cyanotype before option there, and that will give me a new document the exact same size as my current document. And I want the background contents to be white, and then I can hit OK. Next I'm going to grab the polygonal lasso tool, which is over here with the normal lasso tool, and I can select it in the tool options down here. And then I'm going to use it to draw a rough square shape around my image, just a little way inside, so somewhere around about there. I think we'll start it off and then drag it down to about there. And I'm intentionally making it slightly wonky. And then click back on my original point. And then I can right click and choose Fill Selection. I'm going to go for Use Black and hit OK, and then hit Command or Control and D. That's Command D on a Mac, Control D on a PC, and that will deselect. And now I can rough up these edges with the brush tool. So I'm going to grab that from the toolbar over there, and let's just get rid of my layers panel for the moment. And then I can go to the brush picker here, and if I click on this drop down here, I can load different brush sets. So I'm going to load the wet media brushes. I can choose from all of these different nice wet media brushes here. And I'm going to start off using this one here, which is called Rough Ink. So I'm going to highlight that. I'm also going to hit D to reset my color to black. And I can use the number keys on my keyboard to quickly set a different brush opacity. If I hit 0, you'll see it switches to 100%. If I hit 7, that will be 70%, 4 for 40%, 2 for 20%, and so on. So I'm going to hit 4 for 40%, and then I can resize my brush tip using the left and right square bracket keys on my keyboard. The right square bracket will make the brush tip larger, the left square bracket will make it smaller. I'm also just going to hit Command or Control and plus a few times, and then drag with the space bar over the corner here just to zoom in slightly closer. And then I can start painting with that tool and see how that begins to give me this lovely rough effect around the edges here. And you can see as I build up my strokes, how we begin to get the kind of the look of a rough border, just like that. And if I go over a part and I think I'm not sure about that, so I can hit X to flip my color to white and then paint, and you'll see how we can paint with white or black to rough up our border, and then hit X to flip to black again and continue painting like this. So you can go around the whole image in this way, and you can also experiment with different brushes. So let's, for example, try this one here, and this time we'll set our brush opacity to 20% and then paint to add in a few rough strokes like that. Maybe we could switch to white again and then paint around here to bring in a bit of white. So this is all just about having fun with these different brushes and building up the effect while adjusting both the opacity and the size of your brush tip to get a random effect. I'm going to jump forwards to another image where I've carried on painting in exactly the same way. Okay, so here you can see I've used those same wet media brushes to come up with an image that looks like this, and now I'm ready to copy this into my main image. So I can hit Command or Control and A to select the entire document. I can hit Command or Control and C to copy it, and then I need to go back to my original image and hit Command or Control and V to paste it in. And if I bring back my layers panel by going to Window Layers, you can see how that border now sits on top of my original image and the gradient map we applied to it. Now, to blend our two images together, all we need to do is change the blend mode of that top layer from normal to screen, and you see immediately the effect that has. And then if we wanted to apply a similar effect to other images, all we'd have to do is copy in that same border image that we created. So you can try it out on any image you like. I think I'll finish off by adding a filter effect to rough up my border slightly more. So I'm going to go to Filter, Texture, and we go to Craquelure, and then I'm going to set the crack spacing to 15. We'll set the depth to 2, and we'll set the brightness to 10 and hit OK, and that will just give me a slightly rougher border effect. And there we have it. So we've gone from a simple image of some feathers, we've added a gradient map and made a custom gradient to give it that fantastic blue tone, and then we've added in our border and set the blend mode to screen before applying a quick filter effect. And that's it. Thanks very much for watching.